Welcome back to the reality, guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host Brian.
Got everybody.
We're back to talk one of our favorites. It's Vanderpump Rules, season 11, episode 10, Line in the Sand. We tried to do a redo of Beach Day. This one, I think, objectively went worse, Brian, than last year's James throwing the water in Tom Schwartz's face. Arianna not allowing anyone to have a good time at the Beach Day, calling out the masculinity of the men in their honor, and really just not having a good time on the beach to an event that she did not, I repeat, did not need to go to. I know we end up falling on the minority a lot of these things, Brian, but what were your thoughts on this episode? But obviously we ended with the line in the sand.
I thought it was really good. I thought it was really enjoyable. There were some very funny moments. Like Bill just said, we are definitely a minority because I find Ariana to be just obnoxious to watch. And I'm not saying that Tom Sandoval's a saint or an angel here. He's definitely sucks, but I'm sorry. Like she's just it's tough TV to watch. And I've said it before. You're getting paid to be on the show. You got to do what you got to do.
Throwing these big anger fits to the point where like now the group is starting to not be about it. And this again, I swear this is not us. We promise we don't stick up for Sandoval. We make fun of Sandoval most. You watch some of our old reviews. It's a lot mostly just Sandoval bashing. We did all Sandoval bashing all during Scandoval. But the point being is that I feel like what the Ariana stuff is twofold, I think, for people like ourselves. One, we're not women. It's going to be different for us no matter what. I think a second factor of this is kind of the luxury of hindsight. We know what comes for Ariana, right? We know the Dancing with the Stars success. We knew all the commercials. We know the Broadway. We now know about the Love Island stuff, right? Like when she's sitting there a few months away from all of this, right? And she's telling them on the beach, like, he's ruined my life. And she's telling them at the water sommelier party, this guy's ruined my life. And they're all kind of looking at her like, I don't think so. Like, I think you're going to be okay. And now, where we stand, it does make it a little bit of a tough watch. These people just want to keep their bread going here. We want to have goofy crap, want to entertain them, frankly. And you'll see our next reviews, The Valley. That's why The Valley right now is more pure Vanderpump than Vanderpump. Just people being fine, being in each other's bullshit and fighting about it. But even if they hate each other, they're going to go in the damn room together.
Right. So if this was a normal situation and somebody cheats on somebody, obviously people are going to pick sides. But because you're getting paid by a network to create a show, you need to do your due. Like you need to show up for the checks. Like I just said, like I'm sorry, like don't go to the beach. Like, but maybe
Katie said, let's not go. And she's
yeah,
like, no, we're going. It's like your friend
yeah,
literally gave you an out.
right. Don't look at me. Don't look at me in the eyes like she's Medusa or something. But
Don't you ever look at me in the eyes again. I was like,
I,
he's the dog killer, Brian.
yeah. I mean, should he have done a better job? Sure, but like you just made a huge point on in a confessional tonight that you're the sole owner of this dog. Why, if you hate him so much, why are you leaving him watching over this dog as much as you are? Like, I
Listen,
don't, I don't get that.
I think if anything, I'll say on the review that people are going to be like, oh, you're anti Ariana, whatever. I think this is the one thing I can say that anyone, regardless of sides, I think can agree with this. If you're a pet owner, you don't leave meat skewers on anything, nightstands, tables, anything. They will get it. They will get it. And yeah, the guy probably should have went in the room. Like I believe that he was probably trying to fix something. I don't think he went in her room to go into her room for whatever reason. I mean, maybe he did. He's a weirdo, but
Yeah,
I don't think he was there to like endanger an animal. And it's like very unfortunate thing. It's an accident. Like, like
yeah.
this is now like no matter what, this dude is not allowed to exist, basically.
I mean, yeah, and another like I don't know why I know you like can't. You guys have your separate rooms, but like I'm a big don't ever eat in your bed ever. So like that to me is just like clean up after yourself. You're like almost 40. Like throw away trash. Like I'm
About
sorry.
the Broadway star.
Like I'm looking at this through the lens of like if this was happening, if I was in this situation, like I know people like, oh, I hate her. I'm obviously gonna hate everything Sandoval does. I'm not even looking at that. I'm like, clean up after yourself. Then like if he left the trash in there, he left food in there, then you could be like, okay, then he did it. But like you need to take a little bit of accountability that you're leaving your pet in the hands of somebody you really hate.
It's going to be interesting to see. where we are next season when we now know she has a house and there's the success and she obviously will come out on top, right? And will she be bringing that same energy, or will she be able to kind of assimilate, or frankly, like, will she even want to bother anymore? Like, it's interesting to see. I'm very curious where her head is at as it regards to the show.
Oh, I saw something online that like Love Island films at the same time this show would. So
They film around her. I mean, we've seen too with Love Island USA. It doesn't seem like that the hosts are
the host
there.
isn't really there, but I mean, if they're in like Fiji, it's still a long flight.
Again,
Yeah,
like
or wherever they are.
if she had to choose between Love Island and Vanderpump, she obviously chose Love Island. I mean, like, why wouldn't you want to be the host of your own franchise? I mean, I get that.
Well, I'm thinking because if she leaves, it looks like she's, you know what I mean? Like she needs to stay strong. Like they're not going to leave. Tom's never going to leave, like unless they are asked to leave.
I think that's the best thing she could do. I think it makes her. That's how you win. I don't even, like, need this show anymore. Like, I don't. If she wants to come back, she'll come back, or she can go in the valley. Frankly, if she wants to, I think she bought a house near the valley anyway. So it's like, I she might be over it if she has success in like this performance stuff now, like she has, and being able to host. I don't. It's like, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't want to go and hang around with my ex. And if you frankly feel like you don't want to be friends with people that want to be friends with that dude, then guess what? You're not going to be friends with those people. That's just what we've been saying from the beginning. If that's the energy you are to come with, and that's how you feel, and you will not change that ever, and that you have, your damn right. Look, I have plenty of exes in my past. I'd probably bring that energy with too. But that being said, like, then just let them be. Let them all enjoy themselves and play in the valley, and play around West Hollywood. And you're literally on Broadway, and she'll probably get movie gigs. She'll probably end up in some freaking movie soon or some bullshit, dude. You know what I mean? Like, you know it, and I know it.
Oof. I mean, and then we see Katie and Tom be somewhat cordial. They can joke around themselves. Like, I'm sorry, that's what I want to watch on the show. Like, they still don't like each other, but they can coexist a little bit. They were married, so and divorced, and there was cheating going on there. So I mean, like, we're seeing like two completely different sides of like, I guess you would call it coexisting. I'm gonna say reconciliation, but there's no
Look, I mean, Katie keeps it very 100. She's just like, I don't really F with you, Schwartz. Like, you are, I'll be nice enough and cordial to you, but like, you're not my friend. Like, you're not like, and he likes it. He gets it. Like, and I think he knows that, like, eventually, I think they'll be friends. I don't, it's still pretty fresh there too, frankly. And I think the Sandoval thing didn't help anything at all with them getting closer,
at the
right?
bar.
Post divorce. So, oh, and and her hooking up with his best friend.
But I mean, like this, that to me was like a nice positive
I thought it was
upside for
funny.
the show. I mean, I was not expecting that to go like that quickly in the episode where they're just joking around, whether it's fake or not. At least to me, it's like tolerable to watch. Like that whole beach scene was funny. Like I'm sure it pissed Ariana off that Katie was talking back to Schwartz and she wasn't telling him he sucks. Like they were joking around, and like that's got to be driving her up a wall.
Um, Another interesting dynamic we've been watching throughout 10 episodes so far this season is the Brock and Sheena. Very relatable. Hey, we need to get a nanny in here. We need to kind of, give our kids some space and be independent, and so we can live our lives. Brock just wants to get a job, can't get a
Yeah.
job right now. And Sheena's more concerned that Katie may be mad at her. And thank you again, Vanderpump. And thank you, Brock, for remembering things that happened pretty recently, where literally a year ago, Katie said, like, I can't wait for your downfall and I'm going to be really happy for it. It's like nothing changed. Just like I said last week, like, Katie doesn't care, Sheena. Like, she doesn't even like you anyway. So she says she's upset about this. She's going to harp on personal privacy all the way through the reunion, where she shared the damn freaking location with the chick. It's not like the girl hacked her phone. You shared it with her.
Yeah, yeah. Sheena is also a really hard watch, and I definitely we are 100% in the minority here. Like, give me more Brock. I'm saying that right now. I think he's funny. I think he's saying things that are pushing the buttons on a lot of these main characters that want main character energy. Like, I want to see these people that think they're so great answer some of these questions. Like, hey, maybe we need to draw that line thicker again. I was like, that's funny.
I
That's what
thought
we
that
need from side characters.
we had a Dana sighting at the water sommelier party, by the way. Shout out Katie. Probably the funniest line of the episode and her confessional saying that like this all is just water.
Yeah, that was so stupid. That's such a rich person.
The Bordeaux blend, when
Stupid.
the guy said it was coming from two different creeks, I was like, dude, that happens everywhere. That's in my backyard right now. It's been
That
raining for 4 days. Like I could give you a Bordeaux water blend right now. $5,000 bottle of water.
I can't believe that. I thought he said it was 100,000.
I thought he said it was 5,000.
Maybe it was 10. I mean, whatever
Like
it was,
that,
it doesn't
something like
matter.
that. Yeah.
Take that money,
It wasn't 100. I know
take
that.
that money and go give it to people that actually need water, that'll drink. You know what I mean? Like in another country that
Wells. How about Wells? Just like
yeah, dig a well. Yeah,
Mr.
like get
Beast
a
did, right?
irrigate. Yeah. Oh my god, like that shit is crazy to me that people are wasting that much money on water. Where there's so many people in this world that don't have access to drinking water at all.
But
And
Tom Sandoval has access to nail polish.
well, that Lala set that up. I thought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like he, I don't. It's just a very interesting thing to watch him like just like sit there and basically by not speaking for the most part is coming. This is just such a weird season. It's such a weird season because they all are like. It just seems like they all just want to say, "Can we all just get over this and move on?" We've all gone through cheating things and on this show before. It's just kind of time. Like you said, we talk about the valley. We have other things like these people can have other storylines, and if not, fine. Retire a few characters off and fold the show. It's all good. It's not like the end of the
It
world.
just makes me so happy seeing so many people upset online. I don't you don't understand how much pleasure I get in it. Like being on the other side, rooting for the anarchy, this survivor. It makes me so happy. It gives me life. It's
Um,
so sad to say, but it just gives me the amount of TV we watch. It's just so fun to see people upset about.
Makes me feel like a crazy person sometimes when
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
like
I'm definitely a crazy
I'm
person.
I like people are gonna if we have a lot of views on this one, if like people are tuned in, like we are just gonna get blasted. This is like the
Yeah, whatever.
misogynist
Cares. No
Vanderpump
one cares.
podcast. We're gonna try.
Tom Sandoval sucks ass. There we go. Saves us.
Schwartz is a pussy. Like it was a bad husband. No shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, guess what? Yeah, Brock was a deadbeat dad. But he's trying. Like,
yeah, he
what
said
we
one
do?
thing.
Every single person on that show cheated on somebody.
Yeah, everybody on the show sucks. Every single
Like, can
person on
we
the show
just get through
stinks.
this? Like,
I
can we
wouldn't
get
want to
all
be
get
friends with
over
any of these
this? The
people.
selective outrage. That's the thing what we're just talking about here.
Yeah,
Just get with
I
this.
wouldn't want to be friends with any of these people.
They're not even friends with each other, probably in real life. Most of these people, they probably don't
Right, because
even
they're
deal
on a
with each other
TV show
anymore.
that's paying them.
Yeah, just show up at the cast. Uh, we'll be back tomorrow with the review of the Valley. This would be episode 3 of the Valley, Doubting Doty. Kristen Doty, maybe making things up, but I don't think so. We'll get to that on the review. But for myself, Brian, everyone here at the Reality Guys, thank you so much for watching. Peace.